What's up, Broncos country? Family, you're not going to believe what Sean Payton just did to the Kansas City Chiefs. While everyone was doubting the Denver Broncos, while the national media was treating Bo Nix like he was just another average quarterback, Sean Payton was orchestrating something that nobody saw coming. And you know what's the craziest part? He warned us since the preseason that this would be a Super Bowl team. Everyone thought it was crazy. Everyone laughed. But now, after crushing the Chiefs 22-19 at Empower Field at Mile High, after putting Patrick Mahomes on his knees, after proving that the Broncos are real, the question that remains is, how the hell did Sean Payton know? Stick with me until the end because I'm going to show you the voodoo mind trick that Payton used not just on the Chiefs, but on the entire league. And there's a bombshell detail about the coming weeks that's going to blow your mind. Let me tell you something about Sean Payton that ESPN won't tell you. The guy is a diabolical genius disguised as a football coach. While Andy Reid was enjoying his bye week, planning how he was going to destroy the Broncos for the 1,000th time, Payton was behind the scenes planting seeds of doubt, confidence, and pure calculated insanity in the head of every Denver Broncos player. Did you see his interview with Tracy Wolfson at halftime? With the game tied 6-6 facing the multi-champion Kansas City Chiefs, the man simply looks at the camera and says, "This game is going to unfold our way. They're a first-half team. This is over." This is over? Man, the audacity of this man. And it wasn't just trash talk. Sean Payton demonstrated throughout the week a confidence that bordered on supernatural. Like we're talking about a team playing without Pat Surtain II, the best cornerback in the NFL. We're talking about a team without Alex Singleton holding down the middle. And even so, Payton was there at the pregame press conference with Bill Cowher saying, "We actually like our matchup." As if it were a chess match, he had already won 3 moves earlier. You know that Will Lutz's kick at the end, same distance as last year's block against the Chiefs? While everyone on the bench was like, "Hold on, don't celebrate yet," Sean Payton was already pumping his fist, looking straight at Lutz and yelling, "We got this!" The rest of the team was scared. Payton, the guy was living 3 seconds in the future. The Steph Curry comparison is perfect. When Curry is hot, he shoots from anywhere, believing in it in an irrational way. Sean Payton does the same thing, just with game planning. And last night, my friends, he was on fire. Now let's talk about the boy wonder that everyone loves to hate, Bo Nix. Did you see Dragonslayer69 in his mom's basement talking trash about Bo on Twitter? Well, Adam Troutman saw it too. And the tight end simply destroyed all those people on social media. If you're talking trash about Bo online, you're a coward, a complete coward, Troutman said. And man, what a moment. Seeing one of the team leaders defend the quarterback like that, with that intensity, that's the kind of chemistry that wins championships. That's the kind of culture that Sean Payton built in Denver. Because, let's be honest here for a second, Bo Nix was being crucified by the national media. Colin Cowherd saying that the Denver Broncos are going to draft another quarterback. Analysts saying he's having a sophomore slump. Everyone and their mother saying the kid isn't good enough. And then what happens? Bo Nix goes out there and makes some of the best passes of his NFL career. That pass to Courtland Sutton in the middle of the field? Perfect. Calm feet in the pocket. Accurate ball. Impeccable timing. That pass to Troy Franklin at full speed? A dime that hit Franklin right in stride. Let me show you something about the statistics that the media doesn't want you to know. Bo Nix is among the top 10 quarterbacks in the league in yards. He's among the top 10 in passing touchdowns. And since he took over as the Denver Broncos starter, the guy has lost only 1 game by more than 1 touchdown. Let that sink in. The last time the Broncos lost a game by double digits was last year against Baltimore. But the narrative? Bo Nix isn't good enough. Bo Nix is regressing. Bo Nix needs to be replaced. Bullshit. Pure bullshit from people who don't watch Denver Broncos games. And you want to know what else gets me excited? Nick Bonito talking after the game. Yeah, we heard all the noise, and so what do we think about it? It's bullshit. Simple as that. No beating around the bush. No excuses. Just, we're good, you're wrong, next question. Now let's talk about Vance Joseph. This man deserves a statue in front of Empower Field at Mile High. Playing without two of your best defenders and making Patrick Mahomes look like a high school quarterback? That's not luck, folks. That's pure genius. How many long third downs did you see Mahomes convert last night without the ref's help? Almost none. When he was in 3rd and 10 or more, you knew a punt was coming, and that happened repeatedly during the Denver Broncos game. Jaquan McMillian had the play of his life. That third down blitz that sacked Mahomes, Vance Joseph dialing up the pressure at the exact moment, that's elite coaching. That's what separates the good from the great. And Vance Joseph? The man is quickly becoming one of the hottest names for head coaching vacancies in the NFL. The Denver Broncos defense is on pace to break the league sack record. They had 46 sacks in the first 10 weeks of the 2025 NFL season. 46, and that's playing without some key pieces at various times of the season. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you saw Patrick Mahomes so frustrated on the field? The guy who normally plays like a kid playing in the backyard was being chased, pressured, and absolutely dominated by the Broncos' defensive line. And here's the crazy part. The Kansas City Chiefs dynasty is over, folks. I'm not being sensational. I'm not exaggerating. The signs are all there. Andy Reid is now 0-1 in bye weeks this year. The Chiefs are 5-5 after this loss, and the Denver Broncos 9 wins and 2 losses with total control of the AFC West. Hold on, because I haven't told you yet about Sean Payton's secret plan for the playoffs. But before I continue, let me ask you a question. Do you really think the Broncos are going to stop here? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, because in the coming weeks I'm going to reveal exactly how Payton is positioning this team not just for the NFL playoffs, but for a deep Super Bowl run. And there's a detail about the return of some players that's going to completely change the game. Let's talk about something that's going to make you lose sleep from excitement. The Broncos are still going to get Ben Powers back this season. They're still going to get Alex Singleton back. They're still going to get Pat Surtain too back. Let that sink in for a second. This team, which just beat the Kansas City Chiefs playing with their backs against the wall, which just proved they can beat anyone in the NFL, is still going to get better. How do you defend against that? How do you plan against a Denver Broncos team that's already dominating and is still going to add 3 Pro Bowlers back to the lineup? The offensive line is going to get stronger with Powers. The defense is going to get even more suffocating with Singleton commanding the middle, and Pat Surtain too, the best cornerback in the league, coming back to shut down an entire side of the field? Good luck, rest of the AFC. And here's something most people aren't paying attention to. The Denver Broncos' schedule from here on out is favorable. After the bye week, they face teams that are completely manageable. Meanwhile, the Chiefs have a brutal schedule ahead. Sean Payton knew this from the beginning of the season. That's why he was so confident. That's why he was talking about the Super Bowl in the preseason. The man wasn't selling dreams. He was revealing the future. There's something Sean Payton said at the post-game press conference that sums everything up perfectly. He started talking about hurricane protection, like window protection during hurricanes, and how the stronger the protection, the more expensive it is. You have 139, 150, or 189 mile-per-hour protection. As you go up, it costs more. It's about finding the 189 guys, Payton explained. Sometimes you have to pass on something that might look attractive. It's about finding guys who can ignore the noise. There's been a lot of noise. I hear some of these narratives, and it makes me want to cry. That right there is pure gold, folks. Sean Payton built a team of guys who are hurricane-proof, guys who, when the storm comes, when the pressure increases, when everyone's saying they're going to lose, these guys get stronger. Bo Nix is a 189 guy. Cortland Sutton is a 189 guy. Nick Benito, who's having an otherworldly season, is a 189 guy. Vance Joseph? The guy is a 189 defensive coordinator, and the result? 8 consecutive wins, 9 wins in 11 games. total control of the AFC West division, and a statement moment that will echo through the 2025 NFL. The Denver Broncos are no longer the underdogs, they are contenders. Let's be honest about something. The national media still isn't giving this team the respect it deserves. After beating the Kansas City Chiefs, what did I see today in the headlines? More stories about how Kansas City is done than about how the Denver Broncos are incredible. Is it frustrating? Sure. But you know what? This team likes it. They feed off that lack of respect. Every time an analyst says Bo Nix isn't good enough, he plays better. Every time someone says the Broncos got lucky, they win another game. And Sean Payton? The man is furious with these narratives. Did you see the post-game press conference? He was interrupting reporters, talking about how he's tired of all this slander. And you know why? Because he knew since August that this team was special. When Payton said in the preseason that this was a Super Bowl team, he wasn't kidding. He wasn't trying to generate hype. The man was simply telling the truth. And now, after beating the two teams that went to the Super Bowl last year, Eagles and Chiefs, after having a 9-2 record, after dominating the AFC West, people are finally starting to pay attention. But it doesn't matter if the national media believes it or not, because this team believes in itself. And that's the difference between a good team and a championship team. So now we come to the big question that's on every Denver Broncos fan's mind. Who do we want to face in the first round of the NFL playoffs? Do you root for the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Colts, giving the Broncos a better chance of getting the first overall seed, but also giving the Chiefs a chance to make the playoffs? Or do you root for the Colts to win, making it harder to get the first seed but ensuring we probably won't face Kansas City in the playoffs? I'm honestly torn. On one hand, I want the first seed. Playing at home throughout the entire playoff run at Mile High, with that insane atmosphere, that's gold. Visiting teams simply don't play well in Denver. The altitude, the crowd, the energy, it's a massive advantage. On the other hand, I'm not going to lie. Avoiding the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Not because I'm afraid of them. Obviously, we just proved we can beat them. But because playoffs are unpredictable. Anything can happen in a single game. Why risk it? But you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This Denver Broncos team proved last night that they can beat anyone. Vance Joseph has the recipe to stop Patrick Mahomes. Bo Nix has the composure to make plays when it matters most. And Sean Payton has the brain to put his players in position to win. Bring the Chiefs. Bring the Bills. Bring the Baltimore Ravens. It doesn't matter. The Denver Broncos are ready for anyone. Let's finish with the raw truth that every Broncos fan needs to hear. Sean Payton is building something special in Denver. Something that will last years. Something that will result in multiple deep playoff runs, multiple AFC West titles, and yes, multiple Super Bowl appearances. This isn't just a team that got lucky and caught an easy schedule. This is a team that beat the Philadelphia Eagles on short rest. This is a team that just destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs after their bye week. This is a team that finds ways to win even when they're not playing their best football. And you know what's the scariest part? For the rest of the NFL, the Denver Broncos are just getting started. Bo Nix is in his second year. Most of the key players are on long-term contracts. The core of this team is going to be together for the next 3-5 years. Sean Payton didn't just transform the Broncos from a team that hadn't made the playoffs in almost a decade into a legitimate contender. He completely changed the culture. He found his 189 MPH guys. And now he's taking this team where no other coach has been able to since 2015, back to the top of the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs dynasty? Over. The Denver Broncos era? Just beginning. So, Broncos country, the question isn't if we're going to the Super Bowl this year. The question is, are we ready for the ride? Leave in the comments, who do you want to face in the playoffs? And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and share this video with all the Broncos fans you know. Because we just witnessed the beginning of something epic. and you're not going to want to miss a single second of what's coming next. Sean Payton warned us. Now it's time to believe. Go, Broncos!